Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Afiqah Binte Rosman, metric number 1190009, and my research title is The Impact of Reflecting on the Quran on the Mental Health of USIM FPQS Students. Research approach and design. The approach taken in researching this topic is quantitative as opposed to qualitative, because to answer the research question of the study requires assessment of relationships between variables, also known as the impact on mental health and reflecting on the Quran. The study also requires a methodology that can test hypotheses in a scientifically rigorous way. Moving on to the research sample or participant, the target population for the survey is USIM FPQS students from 2019 to 2023 batch, which is 224 students in total. Therefore, the sample size is 140 participants based on Krejci and Morgan's table. Simple random sampling will be used in order to minimize bias when conducting the survey. The reasoning behind selecting this particular population is that participants need to be able to read and understand the Quran before being able to contemplate and reflect on its meaning. Students from this batch are the most suitable to be the research sample, as they have been previously equipped with both of these skills and are thus able to take the next step into reflecting on the Quran's meaning and its essence, which will lead into internalization and application of what is contemplated where the impacts are observable. On to research instrument. The research instrument used will be an electronic questionnaire that is passed around to USIM FPQS students from the 2019 to 2023 batch. The questionnaire will contain between 20 to 30 questions regarding the subject matter at hand and will be entirely original in design with the help of the supervisor to ensure that questions remain objective and relevant to the topic of research. The process by which this will happen is by calculating the likelihood ratio for each variable, after which the questions will be constructed and then subconstructed. Once this is complete, the questions will undergo an item expert evaluation whereby the questions will be evaluated and alterations will be made if necessary. From there, a pilot test will be conducted, and if all is well, the questionnaire will be officially distributed to the participants. Moving on to the data collection method. The data collection method used is a survey, and in total there are 5 steps to collecting data. Step 1. Before anything else can be done, it is crucial to identify the problem and purpose of collecting data. In this case, the problem is that the relationship between implementing the Quran internally into a person's life and good mental health has not yet been clarified, while the purpose behind data collection is to gain an understanding of the impacts of Quranic reflection on the mental health of USIM FPQS students. Selection of resources or respondents while taking time, financial and personal capabilities into account. Third is data collection strategy. Fourth is preparation of letters of authorization and appropriate accompaniment to be given to participants before distribution of the survey, such that they are informed of the ongoing process. And the next step would be appropriate follow-up for participants who responded and for those who don't. With regards to data analysis method, 2 types of analysis will be used: descriptive and inferential analysis. Both methods of data analysis are required for this study, as descriptive analysis is only used to summarize the information available, which will be done with charts and graphs made with data visualization software to explain the data present. Inferential analysis, on the other hand, will be used to draw the conclusions. It allows for inference or conclusion of trends about a larger population based on the samples that are analyzed. This type of statistical analysis is often used to study the relationship between variables within a sample, allowing for conclusions and generalizations that accurately represent the population. The process begins with the identification of response rate and response bias. From there, the data will be analyzed descriptively to identify general trends. Afterwards, the data will be calculated and presented in a table of descriptive statistics, which indicate the mean, standard deviation, percentage, and frequency of the trends. Once that is complete, Inferential analysis can begin with the usage of advanced statistics to address the research question of: does the Quran negatively or positively influence the perception of mental health struggles among Muslim youths, as well as the related hypothesis. Inferential analysis also makes use of other software such as SPSS and t-test to determine differences, correlations, and regressions in the data. At the end of the process, the reliability and validity of the data will be checked and ensured.